They say the River Nile never forgets its source, and neither does the heart forget where it first learned to love. This is how it began, in Jinja, a town built on departures. Once, trains carried cotton and coffee from here to the world. Now it carries dreams. Brian grew up near the banks of the Nile, where the wind sang through fishing boats and church bells echoed every Sunday morning. His father used to tell him stories of old Jinja, of railway workers, factories full of life, and nights filled with music and dance. Brian didn't inherit wealth, he inherited sound. Every evening as the sun melted into the river, Brian sat on a rock by the water, guitar in hand, playing melodies inspired by the flow of the Nile. The river became his audience and his teacher. That was where Nadia found him. She had come to clear her mind after classes, books tucked under her arm, ambition shining in her eyes. She paused when she heard the music, raw, honest, and alive. She sat, she listened, and just like that, silence learned how to smile. Days turned into weeks. They met by the river, shared stories, laughed at nothing, and spoke about everything. Nadia talked about scholarships, traveling abroad and seeing the world. Brian talked about music, history, and keeping Jinja's soul alive through song. One evening, as the wind blew harder than usual, Nadia's voice trembled. "Nadia, I got the scholarship to study in Canada." The river kept flowing, but something between them stopped. Brian forced a smile. "Brian, Jinja has always been a place where people leave, but they come back. They walked to the source of the Nile, where tourists took pictures and the water whispered ancient secrets. There, Brian played her a new song, soft, unfinished, full of hope. Brian, I call it Voices Through the Wind." Nadia held his hands tightly. "Nadia, I promise, I'll come back." The bus left early the next morning. As it disappeared down the old road, Brian stood alone by the river, guitar hanging from his shoulder, the wind carrying her promise across the water. But even the Nile, ancient and wise, knew one truth. Not every departure knows when it will return. Don't miss part 2, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting African stories. Thank you for watching. See you in part 2.